Let's enjoy English school.
Yo!
Today is March 21st. We're on pages 42 and 43. It's day 2 of our features article. And this month we are talking about Keukenhof, the Garden of Europe. Take it away.
Yeah, 没错，我们今天要继续介绍的，我们今天的主题呢，就是昨天介绍过的这个欧洲花园库肯霍夫。我们昨天讲了一下，说这个库肯霍夫当初的时候呢，是一个庄园，然后呢是提供这个，在这之前的话，其实是一个提供城堡食物的地方，后来变成了庄园。到了19世纪的时候，改变成英式的这种建筑风格，对不对？英式的这种花园风格。然后到现在的话，每年有100万人去造访这个地方。我们今天要讲更多跟这个花园有关的事情，还有它所展现的这些花卉有多么美丽。我们赶快看看今天内容吧。
Keukenhof, the Garden of Europe. Keukenhof is a spring garden and is only open for 8 weeks each year, usually between mid-March and mid-May. The best time to see the flowers depends on the growing season for that year. Gardeners plant around 7 million bulbs from October to early December of each year to make sure flowers are blooming throughout the park's opening period. The main attraction for visitors is the annual Tulip Festival held each spring. The flowers in the park bloom in 3 stages. During the first stage, early flowers like daffodils and crocuses are on display. In the second stage, flowers such as hyacinths take center stage. During the final stage, larger tulips are in full bloom throughout the garden. There are also indoor flower displays that feature tulips and other beautiful flowers for visitors to view on rainy days. The park has many paths for walking or biking, allowing visitors to fully immerse themselves in the floral beauty. Visitors can also enjoy the flowers while taking a boat ride along the river that cuts through the garden. As one of the largest flower gardens in the world, Keukenhof lives up to its nickname as the Garden of Europe and stands as a true paradise for flower lovers.
All right, Anthony, do you have a favorite flower?
No, not really.
Okay. So I have always liked flowers, and for a long time I hid that because I'm a boy. And when you're in junior high school and senior high school, you're looking at flowers and people are like, I always thought flowers were very special looking. And my favorite flowers are those little flowers that nobody really talks about. They're just little and beautiful, and you get real close and look at them, and they're just really beautiful. I feel like the smaller the flower, the more interested I am in it. I want to get really close and look at it.
哇哦，所以老师就说了，刚刚问我说，哎，你有没有什么特别喜欢的花啊？我爸爸非常喜欢花，但他每次叫我记这个记那个，我都记不住，很奇怪。然后我就跟他说没有哎，就老师告诉我说，以前的时候他的小时候就对于各种花特别有兴趣，尤其是那种看似不起眼那种小小的花朵，尤其是那种越小的花朵，老师会越感兴趣，这个是很特别的。
I want to get super close and look at it and I just think that's really interesting. Okay, let's go to paragraph 1. Keukenhof is a spring garden and is only open for 8 weeks each year, usually between mid-March and mid-May.
好，我们来看第一段的第一句话，不要忘记了，我们现在是3月21号，刚刚好才刚过的3月中，所以你看这句话的时候应该很有感觉。他告诉你说 ，Keukenhof is a spring garden and is only open for 8 weeks each year. 好，它每年呢只开放8周的时间，它是一个春季的花园 ，usually between mid-March and mid-May。原来从3月中旬到5月中旬，所以你现在看到我们的节目的时候，说不定订机票飞过去，你还是可以看到很多很棒的花哦。好，所以来得及的，是来得及的 ，OK？
All right, underline the word each and write the word per, per. Each 特别加长每一年，but we can just say 8 weeks per year. 这个 PER 很好用。The best time to see the flowers depends on the growing season for that year.
好，所以他告诉你说了 the best time to see the flowers。The best time 是真正的主词，所以后面的那个 depends on 好，特别注意一下，这个 depends 还是会加上 s 的，因为主词是单数的嘛，不要看到 flowers 复数就给它写用 depend 不行哦。好，所以最好的这种赏花时间呢，是要看 depends on the growing season for that year， 要去看一下当年的生长季节的状况，每年的这种温度变化并不一致，所以你要去看情况的而定。
Gardeners, those are the people that plant things in a garden. Gardeners plant around 7 million bulbs from October to early December of each year to make sure flowers are blooming throughout the park's opening period. So they do it at different times so that the whole time the garden looks very beautiful.
没错，所以在这边的话，我们来看这句话，这些呢园丁非常非常有心，就变成是他要安排这些这个种植的时间，所以让花园里头时时刻刻都有非常非常多的花。你看这边他讲说 ，Gardeners plant around 7 million bulbs， 看那个数量，700万个球茎，再慢慢种下去。从什么时间开始到什么时间呢 ？From October to early December， 它不是花期有8周吗？所以它在种植的时候，也是从它前一年的这个10月到12月，早大概12月初左右开始慢慢种下去。Of each year to make sure flowers are blooming throughout the park's opening period， 所以这样就能确保说，在这个有开放大家来参观的这个花期8周的时间里面，所有的花里面都随时都有花，不会说啊这个刚好死掉，那个还没开，就变成是非常非常要小心的去安排每一朵花它的开放的时间。
The main attraction for visitors is the annual or yearly tulip festival held each spring. I love tulips. Tulips are very beautiful. They feel very nice, if that sounds crazy. I like the way tulips feel. They smell good, they look good, and tulip is an interesting word. It means turban. Was it 头巾? Because they originally come from the Middle East, and when they're closed, they look like a turban.
所以老师刚刚提到说他很喜欢那个郁金香的那种触感，我还以为他要讲说我很喜欢郁金香，是因为我很喜欢马里欧，然后吃了郁金香之后就可以吐火球，什么东西？好，在这里的话呢，老师说非常非常喜欢郁金香，的确他这边提到的郁金香 ，the main attraction for visitors， 好，对于这种吸引游客最主要的景点呢 ，is the annual 就是每年的 yearly 的意思。Tulip Festival 好，就是这个年度的郁金香节 held each spring 就是每年举办的郁金香节。
Can I share the love poem I wrote to my wife?
天哪，老师要去分享他写给他老婆的这个情诗，好，这个诗。
So I wrote to her a long time ago. I said, I was standing in a field of 1,000 flowers, but I only wanted the tulips of my love.
他说他站在这个山丘上面，看着下面成千朵花，但是我唯一只想要这个郁金香，我挚爱的郁金香。
So tulips is a flower, right? But tulips also sounds like 1, 2, 你的嘴唇。So I was around these many beautiful things, but I only wanted her kiss.
Wow, 哇，好美哦 ！That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's right.
Tulip 这个地方，它就是那个2片嘴唇 of my love， 就是我最爱的老婆的嘴唇，我最爱。所以它也是有点像是又玩了这个花的这种意象，然后又把自己的情爱表现出来。这是高手 ，he's a poet.
Oh, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. All right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we got paragraph 2. Hey friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on pages 42 and 43, and we're talking about Keukenhof, the Garden of Europe. Let's start paragraph 2. The flowers in the park bloom or open in 3 stages. Now, a stage here means like 3 steps or at 3 different times.
Yeah, 没错。所以我们刚刚前面有提到说它是从那种 3月中到5月中旬嘛，所以到后来事实上你要去看的时候，它其实有3个不同的阶段，所以这一段的话就在讲到这个3个阶段的这个分别是哪些花哦。The flowers in the park， 好，在这个 park 里面所看到的花呢 ，bloom in 3 stages。bloom 就是开花的意思，老师刚才解释过 ，stages 就是阶段的意思。3 steps 这样的感觉。
During the first stage, the first step, early flowers like daffodils and crocuses are on display. When something is on display, that means everyone can go look and see it.
没错，我们来这个地方看到第二句话说 ，During the first stage， 在第一阶段的这个花期里头呢。Early flowers 这种早开的早春的这种花卉 like daffodils 好像是水仙花啦 and crocuses 好 crocuses 就这种番红花属的这种花系 are on display. When you say be on display 就是展示出来让大家可以欣赏。
In the second stage, the second step, flowers such as hyacinths take center stage. Now here, stage means like 你上台, right? And this means to become the star. So in stage 2, hyacinths become the famous flower.
呀，没错，所以到了第二阶段呢，是谁上台呢？好，就是风信子。他是说 in the second stage, flowers such as hyacinths. 好，这个字很难念，是 hyacinth， 然后再加 s， 对不对 ？synth。Take center stage 就是指它呢占据了全场的目光焦点，就是它的主角的意思。
你要把舌头放在牙齿中。If you don't stick your tongue out, it gives you an F sound. That's wrong.
Yeah. 没错。
All right. During the final stage, the final step, larger tulips are in full bloom. That means all the way open throughout the garden.
好，最后告诉你重头戏来了，对不对 ？During the final stage, larger tulips are in full bloom. Full bloom 就是全开、盛开、满开的感觉，所以在最后阶段的时候，你会看到非常大朵的郁金香，哇，都满开了 throughout the garden， 好，何等的壮观
！There are also indoor flower displays that feature tulips and other beautiful flowers for visitors to view on rainy days. So maybe it's cold and rainy. You don't want to be outside. You could go inside and see those beautiful flowers. And those are usually in more traditional box gardens.
啊，没错，所以要告诉你说了 ，there are also indoor flower displays。所以提到 indoor 这个字的话，其实就是室内的。好，在这里的话，如果现在外面下雨了，好，你还有室内的花朵，好，室内的这种花园可以观赏。Indoor flower displays that feature 这个 feature 是动词，指的是主打什么什么东西。好，后面告诉你 tulips and other beautiful flowers for visitors to view on rainy days。所以还有其他的是像是郁金香啦，其他各色的花卉可以观赏。
小心 indoor is one word. The opposite outdoors, that's also one word. So how much does a tulip cost? I don't know. How much does a tulip cost in Taiwan?
没有买过这个要问我爸应该会知道。但是如果说今天就去买一个球茎的话，应该没有很贵吧？我不确定。
That's right. How about the price of a very expensive house?
如果是要买一个房子的话，1-2千万在台北跑不了。
Yeah, that's right. So what would you rather take? A very fancy, beautiful house or one single rare tulip?
Definitely the former.
That's right.
当然是嘛。
But in the 1600s, people went crazy for tulips in Holland. They were introduced and everybody was very excited for tulips. Everybody wanted them. And they said, wow, we can make a lot of money very easily. We'll buy flowers this year at a crazy price and we will sell them next year at a higher price and we'll make lots and lots of money. And people did this for a few years and prices went up and up and up.
没错，所以老师在讲的是当初这个1600年代的时候出现的郁金香狂热，叫做 Tulip Mania。 好，但当时的时候，大家为什么老师会讲到房子呢？是因为当时买一个球金，那个钱可以去买一个豪宅。想象一下，你说你可以花2000万买一个球金，然后不去买豪宅吗？我是想不到了。但当时人是这么做，因为当时有一波热潮，就是你今年买了球金之后，明年可以用更高的价格卖出，这样子一个风潮出现了。
Yeah, and not just a house, a big, beautiful house for one flower. And that's crazy. That's right. And the prices got so high, and then just Turan, everyone said, what are we doing? This is crazy. And people lost tons of money because they were like, this is just a flower. This makes me think about a few years ago, those monkey JPEGs, the NFTs, and Bitcoin was like that. Everyone was going crazy and trying to make a lot of money. 然后在最后, pow, everybody lost a lot of money. The tulip mania and those monkey JPEG NFTs is the same thing.
所以说你可以想象一下，如果说今天你去看到这个郁金香狂热的话，那就是17世纪的时候人们在玩的 NFT， 来自加密货币这样的感觉，就变成是当初炒得好高好高的时候，突然间泡沫爆了，然后大家就损失很多钱。然后事实上呢，这个历史会不断的反复出现。
Yeah, no kidding. Do you remember those monkey pictures?
我记得啊。
Those are so stupid.
好奇妙哦。
Okay, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we got paragraph 3. Hey friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on pages 42 and 43. This is the final paragraph about Keukenhof. The park has many paths for walking or biking, allowing visitors to fully immerse themselves in the floral beauty. Okay, so the park has a lot of roads you can walk or bike on, so you can really enjoy the flower gardens. And if you remember yesterday, Keukenhof originally just had big box gardens, but they changed it into this English forest-style garden.
没错，所以我们 Day 1的时候曾经提到过，它原本的时候是那种荷兰式的这种建筑风格，可能是那种方形的啦。但是后来在这个19世纪的时候，它把它改成了英式风格，比较偏向是那种一般那种自然的那种公园这样的感觉。所以在这边的话，你看到这一段，它告诉你说，如果说你要去赏花的话，你有非常非常说多元的方式。他说 ，The park has many paths。好，这个 path 本来意思就是步道、走道。好 ，for walking or biking， 好，不管是骑车也好，或是步道散步也好，都可以用这种方式去赏花。然后逗号后面解说 ，allowing visitors to fully immerse themselves。immerse 就是把什么东西放在水里面，就让自己沉浸在 in the floral beauty， 沉浸在花卉的美当中。
So to immerse yourself, we can immerse ourselves in our work. Immerse yourself in a hobby or in a game. We like to say immerse in something. Floral is just an adjective for flower, but the sound is different. Floral, flower. Next sentence. Visitors can also enjoy the flowers while taking a boat ride along the river that cuts through the garden. And of course, a big garden like this needs a lot of water. So old manors, those are those expensive houses with lots of land that we talked about yesterday. They were always close to water because if you don't have water, especially a long time ago, you did not have a very nice house.
没错，一定要有水，所以一个豪宅的话不能缺水，一定是靠近水边。所以你看这边这句话，还告诉你说 ，visitors can also enjoy the flowers， 好，可以一边赏花 while taking a boat ride along the river that cuts through the garden。所以在这个 garden 里面其实是还有河的哦，所以你可以去坐这个船去赏这个花，然后游河。你可以想象，所以你可以散步。你可以骑自行车，你还可以坐船去赏花，哇，好多选项。
If there's a river, like you probably can swim there, right?
是吗？
有路上可以滚到那边。How do you want to go? 滚到，
真是太棒了。
So Keukenhof is close to like big cities like Amsterdam, so you can drive there. But like you're in Holland, man, like they love to ride bikes. you can bike very easily to Keukenhof. Doesn't that sound like a really good vacation?
听起来真的很棒
Yeah, you go to Amsterdam, have a nice breakfast, and then you bike to Keukenhof for like the flower festival. That sounds so fun.
没错，居然还可以骑着自行车过去。它这边离阿姆斯特丹蛮近的嘛，所以就变成是说你在那个地方的话，你可以直接骑车到我们这个 Keukenhof 这边来。骑着脚踏车过来哦，然后你可以选择，哎，我要散步，我要继续骑自行车，或者是我要搭船。太好了。
Okay, here we go. Let's continue. As one of the largest flower gardens in the world, Keukenhof lives up to its nickname as the Garden of Europe and stands as a true paradise for flower lovers. Okay, when something lives up to its name, that means you do as well as people expect you to. They feel you will do a very good job, and Dowdy, you do a very good job. You live up to your name.
没错，所以 live up to your name 意思就是不负你的盛名，或者是你说你名副其实，都是可以用这种方式去表达的。live up to a name。那在这边的话提到说 ，as one of the largest flower gardens in the world。好，全世界这么多这个大花园里面，它也是其中之一，最大的花园。然后呢 ，Keukenhof lives up to its nickname， 它把这个 name 变成了 nickname。nickname 的话就是别称的意思，很多时候你有昵称啦，对不对？这种情况下，我们就用 nickname 的方式去表达，它也算是有算是名副其实的，不负盛名。什么盛名呢 ？As the Garden of Europe， 这种欧洲花园这样的盛名 ，and stands as a true paradise， stands as a true paradise， 就是感觉上是真的能够像是天堂一般的 for flower lovers， 对于那些爱赏花人来说，可以让他们饱览这些美景。
So a nickname comes from very, very old English. The word Nick 事实上是自己的外号 It's Nicholas, Nick. And a long time ago, it wasn't the word Nick, it was Eek. E-K-E. And 这个字现在没有意思. It doesn't mean anything. But a long time ago, it meant also because a long time ago, people didn't have surnames like male, like Gorski, male Huang, Chen, Wang, 怎么样? So they were just like, I'm Chris, I'm the guy that teaches English, Chris the English teacher, or Anthony the English teacher, right? So you described yourself. This was my also name. So Christopher became Chris. It becomes my nickname. Literally, this means your also name. I'm Chris. Also, you could call me Christopher. Also, you could call me Chris Gorski. Also.
所以原本是 nickname, E-K-E。好，后来呢，再慢慢传到后面的时候，变成是一个，它本来是 ek 是 also 的意思，别称、别名，然后后来变成 nickname。好，可能慢慢传久了，那个 n 就出现了 ，nickname 就是别称、别名的意思。
Yeah, pretty weird. And paradise 在最后 this is a fun one. Paradise, like people think heaven, but paradise actually is an Iranian word. Iranian word. So it means a high-walled garden. So it's a garden with a very high wall. So not everyone can get in.
所以在这个伊朗这个波斯文里面，Farsi 或者是 Iranian language 里头呢，它上面提到说 paradise 这个字，在它原本的这个字的意思就是建有高墙的这种花园，不是每个人都能进来它的意思。所以在这边提到说，如果说今天提到天堂，那跟花园比起来，真的就是一个非常完美的搭配。
Not everyone can get into heaven. All right. Well, with that, but everyone can get into enjoy English school because this is a paradise for learning.
Exactly.
For enjoying the school, I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Anthony.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.